Trying to replace the right arm on the Mavic Mini. 4 screws underneath. I've always started doing it, so I thought, oh, I might as well film it. 4 screws. 1, 2 in that little hole there. 3 at the, and then 4. Okay, and then using a little tweezers or a little device, or even a flat-headed screwdriver, what you do then is you open up this part here, and then on this side you can see the clips. You just down here and down here, just prise it, and then this will come off. I'm putting mine on a case here, a lid, to make sure everything is kept together. Next job is, I believe, is to undo these 2 screws here. I just took those 2 screws out, and they're all the same, so it doesn't have to get mixed up. They're not different sizes or anything on those 2 anyway. Next thing is to flip it over, I believe, and we're going to prise this casing off. And to do it, all I'm doing is put a little flathead screwdriver and just put a little bit of pressure on the side here, and they see the little clips, and they'll just undo. That's all I'm doing. I can't, I've got a tripod, so I would show you otherwise. And that's it. That's a 10-second job. Right, I think now there's 2 screws, could be more, here, 1 there, and 1 there. And this is the heat sink plate, so be careful with that. We don't want to touch the stuff underneath. There's a 3rd screw hidden just here, under a little bit of sellotape, little round circle of tape saying "do not remove" in Chinese. Not that I understand Chinese. Oop. 3. Okay, I'll find them. Oop, there he is. Now these are different, so keep an eye on them. Once you took that off, here, if you can see that, there we go. That there has got to be removed, so you've got to prise that off, like so. And depending on which arm you're removing, and then you've got to follow that round, and it's down, and is it that one? Or, no, it's this one. So be careful. It's this one, because this is the one that goes around here, around the heat sinks, and down into the arm. You've got to undo that. Okay, so prise him off from there. Follow him around and put it back. Now you've got to unsolder the 3 wires that drive the motor. So flip him over. Remember which arm's broken, so it's this one. So we've just connected that grey wire there. So now we've got to unsolder these 3. I know, panic sets in now, doesn't it? Oops, let's focus that. Okay, family tripod. So now I need to unsolder those 3. So I'm going to zoom in, and if I make a cock up, you can have a laugh. Right, let's see if I can get you in good focus. I wasn't filming it because I'm not too sure of myself, so I was just going to, I'm doing it from this side. Tell you what, the solder's pretty. There we go, I think. How nerve-wracking is this? Can you see that? Where am I? Sorry if I can't see you. Lose the blades. I don't know how much this would cost in a repair shop. I have no idea. This is a brand new soldering iron. Come on, mate. Oh my God, you'll overheat the chips. Oh. Sorry, folks. Right, so they're away. We don't want to leave anything touching, so clean them up a little bit. Anyway, we'll clean that up later. Actually, on it, it says R, B, and W, so you can't get them wrong. That's got off. There it is, little piece fell out. There's some blue glue that's stuck down here that holds the wire in place. And now what we're going to do is we're going to feed this grey wire. We'll pull it through, and there it is. So let me zoom out. You got him, so there he is. So you've got to pull him through. Pull him through the chassis. Could be a bit tricky. Grab your screwdriver once you've got it through. Where'd I put it? Here. And then we're undoing the two screws that hold the pivot that holds the arm in place. There we go. Put them aside. Then we have to turn it back over and we have to pop the pin through. So this pin has to go through there. See if I can do that. There we go, just give it a bit of a push. And then that's it, your arm comes out. Now I've just bought the arm. Someone says you should have bought the whole thing because they reckon it's really difficult to repair. just by feeding the wire through, but we'll see, we'll give it a go. A bit of light. To get the drive motor out, hold on 1 second. You have to peel, I didn't realise you, this is peel back this sticky plastic rubbery stuff, just gently. It's sticky. Right, so put him face up. And then you've got 3 drive motor. That must, no, okay, whatever. Maybe it might be easier to buy an arm, but we're going to give it a go now because we've come this far. Right, so we're going to take 3 screws out. That's the drive motor. Oh my god, it's going to be complicated, I think. Just push the wires a little bit, the drive motor will drop, and now we've got to get the stabilizing or the arm, whatever this does, I don't know what it does. So with these, just push down on that. That comes out. Must be a sensor. So how the hell does that bloody wire come out of there? Oh my giddy gods. There's only one way to get this grey wire separated from all this, is to actually cut the sleeve and take this sleeve off. Maybe you have to get some shrink wrap and redo it. Oh well. The thing is, at the end of the day, if this cocks up, just buy the whole. You can buy the whole wing with the engine and the motor and the stabilizer connected to it off eBay for about, I think they're about 30 quid. I have seen, I think, for 15. I'll double check. Yep, can be done. You've got to remove the sleeve and then it'll all pull through. So I've got this, I've got the arm sensor, I presume that is the drive motor, and this is the busted arm, and that's it. We're up to now, just waiting for the replacement. So we'll have a go at putting it all back together, this into the new arm, and if it doesn't work, I'll buy a new arm. Catch you in a bit when the new arm comes, and I will show you put it back together. Okay, so I've threaded the wires back through. It wasn't as difficult as what I thought. This is the tricky bit. It's putting this sleeve back on, which is like if you push it together, it gets wider, but it's trying to keep it like that to fit slide back over here. That little bit of black tape there, I found out, I didn't do this, but there was a split in 2 wires. If they had touched, they would have burnt out, and this would have probably gone on fire. So I've got this rubber tape here. This is called rubber tape, and it bonds. I've just cut a very slight slither off, and I've just separated the wires there. There we go. So I'll leave it like that. So it wasn't that difficult to do. So now we've got to put it back in and then feed the wires back through here, through the body, back up. Sorry, feed the wires through here, back up through the body, through here, around this processor, and then back onto the connection. There, that one there. So push the wires through, not connected yet. And then what you've got to do, excuse me, is bring your arm, this arm right the way forward, like the other one, okay? So then you can line up the pivot that goes through, otherwise you'll get it in the wrong position. So if you look at the other one and then look at this one, it has to go in the same way around. So the oval, I'm going to hold it now because I can't do this. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to have to hold the plane so I can put pressure on it. So I'll have to put it down for a second. Okay, so it has to go in at a slight pivot, because when you put it in like that, it puts pressure on the arm to push it in that position. Otherwise it won't go in. So it won't go in anyway unless you put it on at an angle. So you want that sort of angle so it puts pressure on the arm to force it that way. Okay, to force it that way. So that's the angle. All right. Okay, when putting your new arm on, make sure your wire's out the way. That's what's happened. That's why it's been caught. Someone's put it and they've caught the wire putting it through. So make sure the wire's out the way like this, otherwise that will not go down. So this one goes up here through the body, and then we turn it round, and then we thread it through. Remember, through between the processors, and now it's got to clip onto that one. Sorry, thread it through the processors, got to clip on there. Okay. Put the heat sink body back on. Screw that down. When you put the screws back in, if you can't, this is not a magnetized screwdriver, which mine isn't. I don't like using them against electronic components. I just tend to hold the drone up on its side and then put the screw in at an angle. And that way, you know, put the screw on the end of here and just put it in. Push the body back on, which is quite, and all just clips into place. That's it. 2 screws in the back end. Screw the props back on. Right, I know, it looks like pigeon poo, but my soldering skills aren't the best. But it's done, so let's give it a test. Okay, so I switched it on, all the props moved. Next thing is to take it outside and have a quick go, see if she flies. Right, so for that I'll need this phone, but I can put the footage back on afterwards. See you in a bit.